Hello, everyone. It's OG from OG Scale Models. The day has come where I have finished the 55 Chevy Nomad. Um, Let me give you a little bit of backstory on this car. I bought the model kit at a car show, at a model car show, and at a swap meet, and I brought it home. My intentions was to build it for a model show piece for this coming year. Well, it didn't kind of end up that way. I started on it and started doing videos and stuff on it. Next thing I know, my dog chewed up the body. I was kind of upset about that, so I had to either buy another kit or luck out and hopefully I had a parts car or a parts model or something like that. Okay, I didn't know that I did have a parts model car until like 2 days after I had already purchased another 55 Nomad kit. So I went from there, and a friend of mine asked me for some, if I had any type of uh, wheels and stuff, which led me into digging out some of my model stuff, and I found a 55 Chevy Nomad that I built years and years ago, and it had a good body. So I used that body, and I wanted to do a tilt front end on it, and so I went to cut it and everything. Well, I snapped that body at the window pillars. So I repaired that and finished cutting off the front end, the front clip. Uh, I took and repaired it enough and everything. Well, then I had painted the body with a lacquer based paint, and I haven't had it happen until this happened. Uh, Usually, I use like duplicolor or something like that primer, automotive primer, and or I'll use sealer primer, filler primer, sandable primer, but it's for automotive use. Well, I sprayed it on the model, and I noticed it was taking forever to dry and everything. Well, I don't have a dehydrator. Usually my stuff's dried, the chemicals in it flash out in like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. Okay. Well, in that 3 or 4 days, I usually just keep on building the chassis, engine, whatever I need to do. So I kept getting to this point where, man, it's not looking right. And then I was having problems where my body filler and stuff that I used, the Bondo spot putty and this and that, it wasn't adhering to the body. I'd start sanding on it and it'd just flake off. I don't know. It was just I was having a rough time with it. Anyway, plus, like I said before, I had neck surgery a couple years ago, and I haven't been right since with my neck and stuff like that. And I hurt a lot. So it was playing its toll on me, especially during the winter time. It's winter time here in Ohio now, and it's just playing its toll on me. It really is. Anyway, uh, back to the 55. I Every time I tried to primer it and level everything out, it would just the pieces would break and things like that. Where I glued them all together and tried to make a complete fiberglass front end for it. No seams, nothing like that. Fully molded in, and it looks good. Finally, some things worked out the other day, and I was like, I think I got it. you know. So I shot it with a couple coats of silver as my base coat, and next thing I know, there was a couple more little marks in it, and it still does have marks in it, but I'm just really tired of messing with it. So it is what it is. I built it to the best of my ability. Right now, anyway, I might do some touch ups on it later on before summer or before springtime when the model car shows start up again. Around me, anyway. But let's go ahead and show it to you guys, and this is it. Okay, don't pay attention to the stuff behind you because I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that too. Um, this is the 55 Nomad. Okay, this thing, it didn't turn out too bad. Okay, I'm just going to leave it on the base and I'll turn the base. Okay. I was going to put a front bumper on it, and then I said, nah, we'll leave it off. I should have filled in the front bumper frame rails though, but I didn't. So it is what it is. But it's a silver base coat, duplicolor, perfect match. It's a GM Cortez silver, I think, or something like that. Um, there's probably 3 coats on the body and probably, I don't know, probably 4.5 coats on the front end because I had to hide some things. Like, you can still see some imperfections in the side of the scoop. Okay, I'm not too worried about that. If nothing else, I'll take care of it later. Okay, there's the 3D printed daisy wheels. I think it turned out pretty badass, guys, to be honest with you. Uh, as James Taylor said in Two Lane Blacktop, give me 3 yards, motherfucker, and we got an automobile race. Also, it does have a tilt nose. And it does have a blown 427 big block in it. There. This is the rear window back here. It's still gluing. I wanted to get this on here so I can show you guys before something else happens. You know. Here. I'll pick it up and show it to you. It does have a blown 427 fuel injected V8 in it. I did add, like I said, the radiator hoses are solder. I added one of my pre-wired, pre-built distributors. I did build the master cylinder right here for the brakes. I pinned the alternator to make it look like it's bolted on the block, actually. It does have an electric fan in it. I put that on there. It is a 4-speed car. The headers are made out of solder. It does have fuel linkage and throttle linkage on it. If this car was real, guys, it would really, really scream. Okay. Here's a picture of the underneath. There's the rear coilovers that I built. Okay. The rear slicks are from a company called Stevens Company. I bought them from a hobby shop that was in Pennsylvania when we was there for a car show. he had them there, and it was a good deal on them, so I bought a set of them. And they really look really, really nice once they're sanded and everything. The white stuff on the back of the wheel backing, that's just white glue. I use that a lot to put my wheels and tires on in case I need them for a different build or something like that. I can just give them a little twist, or maybe put a little bit of water on them to break them loose, and they come right off. Okay, here's the back of the car. The chrome on it is Melantol, the pin. Okay, I did build a 4-speed shifter in there. That's solder with a pin, a stick pin head on it, sanded down a little bit. I put it in a drill and made it look more to scale. I held a piece of sandpaper around it while I spun the drill. It does have a straight axle in it. Okay. But yeah, the 55, once I put the rear glass in it, this model will go up until springtime. And like I said, if nothing else, I'll decal it up and stuff. And I don't know, I might take it to a model show. It did turn out pretty decent now that I'm sitting here actually looking at it and things. It just, it was just giving me fits. I tried to make the inside of the hood look like fiberglass. If you noticed, you know, I kind of left it like, I don't know, rough looking like. Okay. The scoop I built out of styrene, it's 2 thin pieces of styrene on each side and then 1 flat piece glued on top. Okay, that's why you can still see some of the lineage on the side of the scoop, because it's difficult to hide that. But it's kind of like a 2-lane blacktop scoop or a Mr. Bardol scoop. Mr. Bardol has the little waves like in the side of the scoop. It's like little curves. Actually, well, if I had time, I'd find it, but I'd have to show it to you on a different model thing. I drilled the links in the front of the model. I drilled holes in them to make them look lightweight. Other than that, guys, this is the 55 Nomad. I mean, I did the best I could on it. I think it turned out pretty decent. I didn't even put the turn signals on the front of the car. I thought it looked better without it. It gives it the fiberglass look, you know. Even though I believe on the fiberglass hoods and tilt noses, I'm sorry, front end clips, I believe that they're molded in, or they have holes in them so you can mount your turn signals on them and on the front of it. What else? Okay, that's pretty much it on the 55, guys. Hope you like that. In the process of working on the 55, when I was looking through my older models, I found my tow truck record. Okay, and it's the orange monogram tow truck that was out. I don't know. As far as I know, it's only been reissued like 2 or 3 times over the years, and this is one of the first issues of it. I found it at KB Toys. Like, it was the year before they went out of business. I found it there, and I purchased it. And believe it or not, it was in my model collection till about 7 years ago. And I broke it out and I painted it up and assembled it and everything. Well, I didn't like the looks of it, and so I built a wheel lift for the back of it. Hence the back of the model being cut, and these plastic pieces here. Back of the model's been cut, and these plastic pieces here has been added with pinholes in them. So the wheel lift would come up underneath the tow truck bed. It was fully adjustable. I still got it in here. I'll show it to you guys. I was thinking about having my wife mock it up on the 3D printer and see if she could 3D print it for me. If so, I would keep you guys informed and everything. Maybe I'll start selling those on eBay or something. I don't know yet. Have to wait and see. But this model, when let's see here. I'm trying to adjust my camera, guys. Okay, there we go. When this model came out, it had a fully enclosed, the engine was part of the body, okay? And you got this thing here that's stuck on top of it. Well, if you guys are anything like me, it kind of looked like a snap kit, which in all reality, I believe it might have been a snap kit, you know, because it was pretty simple to put together, this tow truck was. So what I did was, when I found this model, it was snapped right here and right here, okay? When I found it in my model boxes and stuff. And I was like, oh, great, it's broke, you know? So I put it back together. I glued it back together. And I took and put styrene on the inside of it, of the frame, to strengthen it. Okay? That's styrene tubing in there. Okay? Then I sanded it down and everything, got it ready for paint and stuff. And then I was like, well, I don't like the looks of that engine because it's molded in. So I took the tow truck body. I took my Dremel with a ball type, not a cutter, like this, not like this. I used a Dremel ball with a little cutters on it, and I kind of went around it, okay, until it popped out. Which, let me see if I can find it. Yes, I can. It's right here in the top of my bucket that I was throwing my straps in. Right here is the engine that was in it. See, guys, that don't look nice, man, to me. So what I did was I cut it out. Took my time, nibbled it out, cut it out. Well, before I did this, I was like, the bottom of the frame had the motor molded in it too. The bottom of the motor, the transmission, stuff like that. Even the exhaust. So I took and dremeled it all out. Okay. And then I noticed one of the springs was broke up here. So I repaired it. Then I was looking back here and I was like, why is this loose back here? Well, it was broke back here too. So I fixed that, repaired that. So this is all repaired now. Well, when I chewed this all out and stuff, took that bottom plate out, I was like, well, the frame's got a seam in it. Remember on the one model I was telling you that it had a seam, and I didn't really like that. So I filled it in. Same way with here. Only this time I took plastic styrene, glued it on top of the frame, and trimmed it out nice and smooth. And then I used the Bondo putty and smoothed out the frame rails and things like that. I do have to make motor mounts though now since I did that. Well, and then I stuck it together, see how it looked. And I was like, well, now I'm going to need an engine. Probably a small block Chevy. Okay. So I still have the engine from my Nomad kit. So I gathered up it and I took my time and I put some of it together last night and painted it all up. I plumbed the carburetor with the fuel line from the fuel pump. Painted up the starter and stuff. I drilled it for my distributor. Uh, I took care of the manifolds. I got the fan there, and the only thing I liked about it was it had a big chrome breather on top of the carburetor. I like that, so we're going to keep that. Okay, on top of the small block, and it's going to be a 4-speed now instead of an automatic. So I'll have to build a shifter for it, but that's no problem. And I have to build motor mounts for it. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, guys. I was like, I need to redo my wrecker and everything and get it back to the way it looked and everything. So right here where I replaced I put the plastic in, okay, where the body comes down over it. There's 2 pins on the back of the body, okay. I got to drill holes in the frame so it will pop down in there, which is no biggie. I don't mind, a little bit of a challenge. So once that's done, then I'll go ahead and paint the frame, get the motor mounts built for it, and the engine bay will be complete. I left the fan shroud because it's going to have a fan on it. I got the roof piece in there. This is going to be repainted. And then, let's see here. Here's the wrecker bed. Right there. Where's the hood? Where's the hood I'm going to use? I have 2 or 3 older style Chevy hoods. This one come off the hot rod version of the 77 or the 76. And that's my resin scoop on there. I mold those scoops there out of resin. I put it on there. On the other truck kit that I had, the 76 Chevy. So I think it looks pretty cool with a cow induction hood on it. So can't go wrong there. Well, it's a Ram cow induction hood, I should say. And like I said, I'll get this together, guys. I'm gonna have my wife print me up a set of 3D, really sharp looking 3D printed dually wheels for the back and front ones. I think it'd look pretty cool. Go ahead and get the bed put back together and get it assembled and back in here. And what else? Like I said, totally redoing this truck here, guys. I mean, I think it looked pretty good. Here's the wrecker style bed. Okay. I know you guys seen the orange truck of this. I know you guys have. And some of you may have even got it in your collection. But I kept this all them years. I'm like, I don't know why, I just kept it, but I'll have to make some new controllers and things for it. It does have a brush guard and everything on it. Mobius has got the new Ford wrecker coming out. It should be already out and whatnot. I think it'd be a nice kit too, especially if Mobius built it. It should be really, really detailed and really, really nice. So I'll probably buy a couple of those kits also. I'm kind of excited about this coming year. like I said, I just got so frustrated with that 55 Chevy. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me or, like as I said, I haven't been feeling well, or if it was just the model. I don't know. I was just having heck of a time with it, but we made it. So I went ahead and drilled out the exhaust also, so it looks like a open pipe on each side. Uh, Now I gotta drill through here into the pipe so I know where my manifold to hook up and everything. I was going to put headers on it, but it's a tow truck. You could put headers on tow trucks and stuff, but I think this will look pretty nice with just regular manifolds on it. And go from there, guys. I'll keep you guys informed about it also. Um, but probably be starting on another kit too as I'm working on this. The way I do things, guys, is every modeler does their building process different. So, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, well, this is the way it should be done, because it's not. Everybody's different. Everybody has their ways of building things and this and that. And no one should ever harp on that either, because even the people that's harping about that type of stuff are the ones that uh, build different than everybody else, period. So you shouldn't do that. You should not do that. Okay, my bad. This has already got a 4-speed shifter in it. So all I'll do to this interior, it looks pretty nice as it is. So what I'll just go ahead and dust it real good. And then I'll take a little bit of my, your skin gives off oils, and I'll like rub it, until it gets like that color that I want. And then that'll be it. The interior will be done. So the interior is going to stay black. I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 wreckers in my whole entire life that had different color interiors. I saw one that had a red interior, and I saw one that usually they had black. I saw one that had tan. No whites. I've never seen a tow truck interior white. I'm sure there probably is something out there like that, but no. A tow truck interior here is pieces to the rollback, not the rollback, but the wheel lift situation on the on this. Okay, and I had it so it swiveled, and let me see if I can find the wheel lift pieces. That would be awesome. If not, I have to make them again. Yep, it don't look like I stuck them in there, guys, so I'm gonna have to remake the wheel lift pieces. What it was a bar that come out like this, and it had a they swung, if I remember correctly. They come out, and I put pins in them also, just like this, and they would swing. See how I made it so it'd slide out up underneath the car? It really does look pretty cool. It slides out underneath the car, and it swivels. All this stuff was scratch built. I scratch built this stuff like I said, it's been at least 10 years ago or so, maybe more. I don't know. I know I've had the kit since 90. I'm thinking like 94, 95. It was when me and my wife first got together. I've had this kit that long. But anyway, I made it so that see right here, the arm pieces that slid out and wrapped around the tires uh, could do that. But this is really cool thing here. As I was saying, uh, I made it so it swivels both ways, the same length, and the way it worked was it come out the back of the truck. I mean, can't get it no easier than that. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it besides that. But it come out the back of the truck. And you could pick up the car. You know, easy as that. I mean, but anyway, I haven't decided on what model I'm going to be working on next, but uh, it should be pretty cool. I'm thinking this went completely back here, guys. I really am, because if I remember correctly, this thing is as long as that. Yep. Made it that way. I was quite a little nifty scratch builder back years ago. Worked out pretty good. But yeah, guys, that's what I've been working on. And like I said, I wanted to give you an update on the 55 Nomad. And it's almost done. Like I said, I got to put the rear glass in it later after it glues. And it'll be done till spring. And then we'll go from there. But the tow truck's what I'm working on right now. And I'll probably pick me out another kit either tomorrow, Tuesday, or probably by Wednesday. I'll pick out a different kit and we'll go from there. I might not even turn this back into a wrecker. I might turn it into a dually flatbed truck and hook my gooseneck car trailer I plan on building to it that hauls 2 cars. You know, never know. I don't know yet. And it's hard telling about me. I can scratch build and do all kinds of things. So it's just, man, I can't get over that 55 Chevy doing that to me. But anyway, it is what it is. It's, I call it done pretty much. And I'm going to get off here and let you guys get back to doing what you was doing. And everyone take care. Stay blessed. On to the next.